Chapter 62-44. However, the introductions to the members of the Rothschild family are mostly just some deceased older generation family members. And some insignificant figures now. There is no actual information about core members like Steve on the internet. Mai Ching was also confused, not knowing where Steve came from. When she and Pollard arranged the guest list, it seemed that there was no one named Steve. Steve also saw the bride's doubts, so he smiled and said to Pollard, "Mr. Watt, why don't you introduce the bride to me?" Pollard came back to his senses and said quickly, Sorry, my negligence." After that, he said to Mai Ching, "Wife, this is Steve Rothschild. He is my good friend in the United States." Hearing Steve's full name, several people around him were stunned. The Rothschild family is so well known all over the world. Especially Mai Ching, Paul, and Jimmy. They know the United States very well and have naturally heard of the Rothschild family. Therefore, no one dared to believe that there was actually a Rothschild in front of them. Moreover, the Rothschild family made a big fuss in New York some time ago and was exposed. Although everyone has not seen any video footage about the family, they know the names of the core members of the family from the exposed content. For example, the current head of the family is named Simon Rothschild. And the heir who has been designated is named Steve Rothschild. After Jimmy matched this information in his brain, the first thought that popped up was, impossible, absolutely impossible. Who is this Pollard? How can he be on friendly terms with the heir and number 2 of the Rothschild family? Aren't you taking me for a fool? Thinking of this, he immediately sneered. The name of the Rothschild family has been overused these days. Anyone who comes up with something dares to claim to be a member of the Rothschild family. You are even more daring. You actually dare to impersonate the number 2 of their family. Do you know that the Rothschild family has connections everywhere? You are so bold, once they find out, you will be in big trouble. Steve looked at him and smiled. To tell you the truth, we in the Rothschild family never care who pretends to be our people outside. Because the people they can deceive have nothing to do with us. Besides, there are so many people in the world who pretend to be the Rothschild family and commit fraud. How can we possibly control them all? When Jimmy heard him say this, he was more convinced that he was a fake. So he said with contempt on his face, "You speak so truthfully. I think only a person like you would dare to cheat in China. If you go to the United States, I can send you to jail by calling 911. Steve looked at him with interest and asked, "You seem to know a lot about law?" Jimmy immediately said proudly, "Of course. I am the heir of the Smith family. My name is Jimmy Smith. I am a senior partner in the largest Ellis law firm in the United States. 3 generations of our Smith family are top lawyers in the American judicial community and have a great reputation in the judicial field." After that, he looked at Steve and threatened, "You dare to pretend to be a member of the Rothschild family in China? You'd better pray that I don't find out your true identity. Otherwise, as long as I know that you have returned to the United States, you will be in big trouble." Steve laughed and said, "So you are Ellis's man? Your boss has been serving as a legal advisor to the Rothschild family. He can make Ellis what it is today, and the Rothschild family has been helping him behind the scenes. If you doubt my identity, why not give him a call and see what he says?"